comment. Yes, Assalamualaikum and good evening. So, I will present about the general construction of sewage treatment plant, Falsitan EA Extended Aeration System. So, for the study background, because of our human population is increases, so the development also increases. So this is why it increase the demand of clean water to support human activities and also to support the sewerage treatment capabilities. So many people are concerned about the sewage treatment capabilities as development and housing areas increases. So is the ways of us going to the right place. So there are many strategies developed to constrain the effect, which is under the EIA, and also the Act EQA 1974, which is the regulation of EQIER, Environmental Quality Industrial Effluent Regulation 2009. So EA system is a system that utilizes activated mass of aerobic microorganisms in wastewater, also known as activated sludge, to consume organic in the presence of dissolved oxygen, which is in compromise of energy compartment, aeration, and clarifier. And it is also designed to receive pre-treated sewage from grid and grease chamber. So many people use EA system because it is easy to mechanical maintenance, better at handling organic loading and flow fluctuation, and also slow sludge yield, which is provide nitrification. So my objective is to review and understand the legislation and guidelines related to sewerage industry in Malaysia, and also to identify the flow and process of constructing STP. So my methodology is review first, generally review the guidelines, review and discussion of project, data interpretation, and also and lastly project completion. So first is regulation. Some of the regulation which is under EQA 1974, the sub-regulation is EQIER 2009. I has specified some of the regulation, which is first is under 5th schedule, which is the acceptable condition of discharge, which is should specify either the effluent will discharge to standard A or standard B, which is A is the upstream and B downstream. It is some of the condition if is temperature or increase, and also BOD day 5. And then is the regulation 5 under EQIER to design the requirement of design and construction of industrial effluent treatment system. And so regulation 6, which is complied to the sub-regulation 5, which is specified in guidance document issued by DOE. And also regulation 17, point of discharge, which is each organization should notify the DG where is their point discharge or any alteration or changes after the existing discharge. So requirements. So requirements which is in MSIG, which is of the buffer zone, at least 20 meter from all areas. Pipe work, some is to use the duct pair iron, dry well, dry well is to provide sufficient room for if any pump for repair, sufficient clearance between piper and site for repair and inspection. Wet well to provide access of wet well, which is if it exceeding 6 meter, so the ladder must be in changing direction.
Yang penting.
And then ventilation to have separate ventilation between dry and wet well. Maintenance for the availability of spare part, appropriate lifting for heavy equipment, and complete set of general arrangement and sectional drawing at the site, which is available. And then is the requirement for individual treatment process, which is first inlet chamber, where reduce velocity of sewage enter. Primary screen chamber to reduce the big size of waste. Primary screen chamber to protect equipment from any big size waste. Pump sump to lift sewage to the higher point for treatment. And then grade and reduce chamber to minimize problem associated, which is for grade it will become problem to pump sump if the amount is too much, and also for grease it will be problem to clarifier and final effluent. Okay, so this is the general procedure. The start, first is PDC1, which is sewerage work application, and after the approval to PDC2 design, and PDC6 for start work notice, and 7 and 8 after inspection process, mid and final, and then lastly is handing over until then end. Preliminary process, which is during PDC1 and PDC2, sewerage work application that must be sent to panel, which is include the surveyor of the site, which is to identify the condition of the soil, which is suitable, or any point that can be made of construction, and then drawing by the consultant. Then is the pre-construction stage, which is setting out and levels, mobilization, temporary facilities, planning work. This mobilization is to provide access road for the machinery and equipment. Temporary facilities such as temporary toilet and the piling work, which is piling if the soil condition is not okay. So piling is driving RC pipes at proposed STP with length of 24 meter. Driven RT, specific depth is required. So the step is, first is after the mobilization to construct the inlet chamber, primary screen chamber, pump sump, FRP tank installation, chlorination chamber, and also blower, control room, and toilet. So this is during construction. The process is include the excavation, the slab, formwork, concreting, walls, and top slab. This is one of the steps, which is before concreting process after the construction of base slab. So before concreting process, and the consultant and contractor should then the RFI to check and the materials and procedure comply with plan and specification, like the diameter of the steel, the spacing, formwork, etc. Okay, there are two types of tests to check the quality, kebagusan concrete. Like first is cube test, which is to determine the compressive strength of the concrete, which is the test will provide idea about characteristic properties of the concrete, which is concrete poured in mold appropriately tempered so no water is present. That specimen are put in water for curing for 7 days and 28 days curing. And then the concrete will be tested by applying load gradually, and any failure or maximum load are reported. So the strength of concrete increases with age 28 days. 28 days, like the semakin tinggi hari curing, semakin tinggi lah kita nak tahu kekuatan dia. So kalau hari ke-7 tu kekuatan dia dalam lebih kurang 50%.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Ni ada citation nak dapat dari mana?
Kat website.
Website mana? Apa you cari tengok citation nanti punya lecturer tahu.
Okay, next is SLAM test, which is to determine the workability or consistency of concrete mix prepared, to check the uniform quality of concrete during construction. So, prosedur dia macam ni. So, dia ada machine. Lepas tu, dalam
No, incorrect.
Itu bukan mesin, itu mesin lah itu.
dalam cube, cone.
Ha?
Cone tu, lepas tu macam
Ada apa?
bagi dia,
Itu barang apa?
bagi jatuh.
Oh, okay.
Sebenarnya,
Mixing lah, dia macam kasih
pusing.
No. Konkrit akan dituang dalam cone setiap layer. 3 layer. Satu layer 25 kali. Guna rod untuk mampatkan dia. So, bila 3 layer dah full, kat yang dia pusing-pusing tu just nak angkat dia. Nah, mana boleh angkat terus dulu. So, dia pusing-pusing sikit lah.
Betul-betul. Saya lupa.
Ada function pusing tu, ada function untuk nak angkat, memudahkan dia.
So sebelum tu luar-luar ni kita bagi dia more space. Okay, so kalau ikutkan, so tengok ada kita ni lah. Biasa yang berdasarkan dia. Yang ni lah yang kita pilih macam okay, dia okay lah. Kalau yang ni biasa untuk road construction, itu kena ditest balik.
itu berapa lah, yang dia jatuh berapa yang itu okey. Misal kata sekarang 30 cm kan, so dia 300 mm lah, saya cakap 300 mm, so dia boleh maksimum boleh jatuh berapa lah.
Ni tak boleh lebih 20 mm.
Salah.
Ni jatuh ni jarak dia ni. Rasa paling 30
maksimum
jatuh.
30 mm. 30 mm pun tak.
Saya rasa ni lah.
Betul lah, ni Stevie punya sikit tapi you boleh
Islam 75.
Ni.
Dia plus minus 25. 75 plus minus 25. So that's why medium 50 ke 100. Dia Islam tu 7, patut 75. Kalau kita tolak, kita akan measure. So daripada 75 tolak dengan tinggi bawah. Kalau lebih kurang dari 50, maksudnya daripada lantai tarik sampai kun tu, kalau ukur-ukur lebih dah 100, so fail lah, Islam tak pas lah. Kalau kurang daripada 50 pun fail. Itu maksudnya plus minus 25. Tapi Islam bergantung juga kepada jenis konkrit yang kita pakai. Ada yang Islam 75 plus minus 25, ada Islam 200 plus minus yang 175.
So yang you punya projek ini you pakai grade apa punya concrete?
Saya buat channel.
General, okay, keluar proceed.
And next is FRP tank installation. We use FRP tank because it is resistive corrosion, easy to repair, consists of balancing tank, kat sini. Which rust from cycling tank, recycle to aeration tank to ensure MLS level, which is Asia liquid / suspended. So MLSS from aeration recycle to NC to ensure proper repair machine to balance MLSS level and also to the NC.
Tapi ini analysis level ada cakap berapa persen you try. Saya rasa you punya lecturer akan tanya you lebih spesifik punya itu technical punya answer to ensure NMS level berapa itu. to ensure proper nutrient level. Itu berapa hingga berapa.
Oh.
Dia akan tanya lebih percentage tu. So you boleh add on lah dalam dia punya tahap. Nanti balik sekolah nak present lagi tak ada?
Tak, saya kena replay
Tak
balik.
perlu.
Tak.
Okay.
Easy question. Apa maksud MLSS?
Ni
MLSS,
maksud
MLSS, apa MLSS?
maksud dia macam
Tak maksud dah tu. MLSS tu short form.
maksud dia
M apa? L
Nama dia?
Nama
ni
dia.
sleeper suspended solid.
Oh, hijau.
Rust itu Rust. Okay, Rust.
Ras. Apa maksud?
Rust. IS.
RS daripada
Rasa reactor. Nama panjangnya apa?
return activated slash untuk dia macam ada itu dia masuk balik.
Masuk
This is the last step. Mechanical and structure work, which is installation of piping, mechanical equipment, installation of control panel. Then external work, perimeter drain, anti-class fence, ceramic work, testing and commissioning work, PDC 6 and PDC 8 comment, comply. And then if everything is complied, the comments from the indoor water, so the handing over process. So handing over process divide by 2, which is private or public. So APP in the water will maintain of public, and then for the private for the developer itself. So after handing over, which is after handing over we have tempo cacat declared liability period, which is 12 months, which is 12 months after handing over. So semasa DLP apa macam repayment, kita masih ada warranty. So boleh subcontractor under bawah kontraktor lah. Lepas tu kalau dalam masa tu bukan kontraktor tak boleh selesaikan masalah tu dalam masa 21 hari tak silap. So pihak yang penjaga underwater dia boleh guna BG lah untuk claim apa yang dia punya.
Hire third party. Hire third party. Dia boleh gunakan BG untuk hire party, third party untuk repair
untuk
balik.
repair balik benda tu. So bila ada installation semua, so bila dah sign off underwater dah check balik, so boleh sign.
Itu 5% of total PE. Itu apa maksud?
Oh, maksudnya macam kalau yang ni, contohnya yang ni untuk sepakat, contohlah sepakat 410%, 410 PE. So 5% daripada total untuk bina SDP untuk 400 tu macam contoh okay, yang saya tu contoh kalau dalam 400 PE, so cost dia dalam 21,000, so dia ambil 5% daripada total cost bank guarantee dia tu.
Info dapat mana?
Website Underwater, website Span.
Ilmu baru. Aku tak tahu.
Tapi 5% of total PE. Dia based on PE. Dia
Cost
bukan-
cost
Ah,
construction
cost.
of STP. 5%.
5% of
Let's
cost.
say the 400 PE total cost to construct is 1,000. So 5% from 1,000. Tapi actually
Saya
Span dia ada table lah.
dia ada table.
Based on PE.
Kalau sewer line, dia based on PE lah. Tapi 5% ini I think bukan kot. Mungkin kalau upgradingnya dia initial stage baru dia pakai ini.
Kalau biasa 5 jugalah. Ke tak?
Tak, dia okay. Kalau untuk bank guarantee, Span dia ada guideline dia. Dia akan state dekat situ. setiap PE berapa dia punya amount kita developer ataupun director kena prepare PG bank guarantee. So kita follow that one lah. Tapi kalau kata tadi 5% daripada benda ni, daripada website tu, mungkin kena law boleh check balik.
Cek balik itu website.
So tak, mungkin sebab dia memang sebut 5%.
5% of total STP total amount tu lah.
Okay. Total of award lah, award punya contract atau
Total of
Sebab kalau
rasa
public,
total.
kalau new plant, kita tak kebukakan kepada, sebab kalau kata based on cost, kalau kata public, kita buat public STP, kita akan serah pada innovator dan private punya syarikat antara kita between kita dengan developer. Kita punya kontrak kita tak bagi kepada innovator. Kan? So macam mana dia nak assume kata 50% ataupun that's why kata dalam guideline sebenarnya dia kata based on PE. 400 PE berapa lagi? Tapi itulah tak pasti macam mana calculation dia. Mungkin juga dia assume okay 400 PE apa yang perlu ada dalam 400 PE, structure apa yang ada, then dia assume based on total cost dia ambil 5%. Kita boleh check balik dalam website dia kan.
tak boleh cek lah ini. Nanti salah tadi saya nak.
Ada dalam saya tengok.
Inspection of defense. Okay, itu site mana? Itu site
Kuntum Bina.
Kuntum Bina lah.
Oh.
Bukan Sparker lah.
Okey.
Okay.
So itulah saya punya.
Tadi saya ada, okay, ada skill lah nak main balik tak? Yang itu you punya step sana PDC 1 to 8 gitu lah. Lebih baik you tambah 3 to 5